name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So there's a little Easter egg somewhere on my channel sometime, either now or I don't know when this video is going to be posted, right? But there's going to be an Easter egg sometime. If you see the TARDIS, right? The TARDIS behind me. There you go. I'm trying to point to it with my hand. There you go. The TARDIS behind me. I started recording this intro, right? And I noticed that the top of it started to peel off. I'm like, really? So I stopped and I stuck it back up again. It happens every now and again. Then I was like, wait a minute, I wonder if that was in any of the videos I recorded today, the intro. So there is. You can see it start to peel down. I'm not going to tell you which video it's on. If you can spot the video, it's probably going to be there. That video has already been posted by now, right? If you find that video, you win no prize whatsoever. And there you go, little bit of a chaser card for you to get you through the day. Hello, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Like, share, subscribe, ring the little blah blah blah. We've already done that, haven't we? Yeah, that is true. Fan media. I just thought, what am I doing here for a second? Fan media, like the media in general, they've kind of adopted the same visage of a confused turtle that's been flipped upside down and can't right itself again. And now I'm just imagining the beginning of Blade Runner, right? You're in the desert and you see a turtle. Turtle, what's that? Tortoise. Same. Hey, you know the scene. Awesome freaking scene. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry for you. But yeah, they're kind of like this weird flailing, I don't know, confused animal that have no idea what to do or where they are, what is up and what is down. That is the media now, like the fan media nowadays, as we're about to see. Lots and lots of articles, none of them actually make much sense, right, or go anywhere. Most of them are just a way of, as such as this one, projecting their deep neurosis, insecurities. You think I'm making this up? You wait till we get to this article, right? Genuinely, you wait till we get to this article. It is quite remarkable to behold. It really genuinely is. It's quite remarkable to behold. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I did this on a live stream on Saturday night, I believe. Again, I have no idea. It'll be Saturday the 18th. This might not be out this week. I don't know when this is going out, as I said. So that's when it comes from. Maybe the world's been blown up by now. Who knows? Well, if it has, I really hate that I went to the work of posting this video. So I'm hoping it hasn't, right? I'm hoping it hasn't. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do this article. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are good. Look in the video notes. Sign up my Substack, sign up my, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. All those things are very, very good. All those things are very good, and I dare say will make your life just like vibrate with pleasure. And I don't know what it's like to vibrate with pleasure. Boy, would I like to find out. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Fine, all those things are good. Now, let me hand over to me from, when was it? Saturday night. 10 most hated Doctor Who episodes. Those controversial episodes that had every fan declaring Doctor Who is dead again. Yes. I look, here's the thing. Another thing about being religious. I believe in rebirth, right? Why do I believe in rebirth? Because I see it happen every year. Every year I see the trees outside my house die. The plant, all the leaves fall off, they wither, right? They look like they're dead, right? This time of year I see them come back to life. Right, start to come back to life. Spring is coming, right? Death and rebirth is built into life. It's built into reality, and I think we're here now. I don't think this is just a physical cycle. I think this is a metaphysical cycle, and I think that's where we are now. That Doctor Who's going to be awesome. I think Doctor Who's going to be awesome. I think Picard's going to be great. I think Mando's going to be... I think Star Wars is going to be good this year. Right? I think this year... I even think The Acolyte's going to be good, which is the Leslie Headland thing. Right? Let's wait till we start seeing some of that stuff. The former Doctor has been a blessing and a curse. Open-ended, anthological, and with a rotating team of writers, the show has the freedom to explore tremendous variety of topic settings and genres, including shit, as we've seen in the last 5 years, in a way that's practically unmatched by any other show. That is true. But while the ability to regenerate after a week after week is a draw to fans, and crucial factor of the show's longevity, it can also result in a wildly consistent episode quality. That's not because the production team changes. Politics, right? That's why the quality varies. As various writers and showrunners attempt to leave their stamp on the history of Doctor Who, some have their some have their visions and ideas, let's say, less popular with the fans, and some episodes are just unbearably awful. Let's have a look. Oh well, see, they're writing. Who's writing this? Who's writing this? Alex Colton. I might have to doff my hat to you, sir. Okay. Okay, 1 second. For this list, we aren't looking for episodes that are boring or objectively the worst, although they are certainly considered. Some are certainly considered as such, but rather those that are stirred with visceral outrage, reaction significant from a number of fans. So join us in a collection of canon-altering bombshells, controversial stories, and of course, Benny. Arachnids in the UK, number 10. Very fair. Okay. That's a very fair point. I mean, this is the point when it became really apparent that we're in shit mode, right? And I even kind of forgave him this one. It was the next week when I'm like, this is never going to get better, right? Arachnids in the UK is not as bad as some make it. It is. It's absolutely atrocious on every level. There is nothing good about it other than the spider CGI rendition, which I thought was good. Everything about it was absolutely terrible. We'll get to the controversial point in just a moment, but beneath those, the episodes is a semi-competent. It really isn't. Again, the plot is stupid. The Doctor just lets the spiders die. She's impotent. She's useless. Right? Really isn't. Too busy making fun of Donald Trump. Right? And to tell a story. And that, let's be frank, that's exactly what it was. Right? Smuck. Yeah, let's make fun of the person who had made the best economy in our lives and world fucking peace. Right? Remember world peace? And you know what? I'm sorry. This isn't me going, no, I'm right, I'm wrong. You're wrong. It's just like you need to understand how wrong you were. Right? Right? How many people have been killed in Ukraine for what? So the Americans can steal the Russians' natural gas business, which is what it's all about. Right? Well, that's the entirety of it. Russia had the majority of natural gas business to Europe. It was going to get more with Nord Stream 2. America wanted some. They had a competing pipeline. Oh, what a surprise. A war's very important. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, right? But yeah, you got to take a shit on a show that we all loved. Because that made everything right, did it? Fucking crap. That's the problem with the episode. But let's see what you'll say. That is until it tips straight-faced into concrete in the final 20 minutes. Fine. Let's tackle Trump light. TM. Robertson is a lazy, underwhelming political allegory and as subtle as a grizzly bear at a birthday party, which allows the protagonist to take weak kudos, winning shots at him throughout the episode. Trump is the easiest target for criticism, currently walking the earth, and yet this episode feels too scared to rock the boat and somehow misses the planet-sized target. Yes. Amazing, right? But dude, again, however much you hated him, he was in every way, in the same way, Jodie Whittaker was a failure in every way. He was, and so is Joe Biden, and Trump was, and so was Barack Obama. And Donald Trump was the opposite. It's just reality. You know, I'm sorry that's what reality was, but that's what and I'm so honestly, I'm sorry you've been proved wrong. It's at such an insane level, right? That we're literally on World War III with the economy and the infrastructure crumbling, with the most ecologically negligent White House of all time, the most ecologically destructive White House of all time. Economically and ecologically. So fine. So yeah, you got to go Trump. The episode also is off reference for 13's inconsistent, poorly thought out moral code. At the end of the episode, Robertson mercy kills the spider with a bullet. Granted, he doesn't do this with much ounce of compassion, but the Doctor's response is, "Guns are bad. Let's lure them and suffocate them instead." Is a big oof. Yeah, it's on the idiocy of the writing. This is how bad this writing was. Yeah, it's absolutely idiotic. As Ryan moves to Sheffield's sickest grime station, he uses Stormies to Pied Piper the spiders to their agonizing deaths. Congratulations, you've been in the Doctor against Trump, and she somehow came off worse. Well done. And I get the feeling you're not somebody like Trump. Okay, you want to say Arachnis in the UK was better than Nightmare in Silver? Nightmare in Silver was good. Leave me alone. It wasn't great. It was good. I mean, it wasn't anywhere near his first level. There's a lot to love about Neil Gaiman's sophomore story, and even the episode's keenest defenders, this writer included, can see that his original vision was significantly derailed. Yes, the end result of the script that struggles to cram in a busy plot, major villain, and somehow heavy serious arcs, plotting into a single episode, without a doubt, it would have been a better two-part. Yeah, it should have been. That's a good point. Much of Nightmare in Silver's polarizing reputation stems from the inclusion of Angie and Artie, two children under Clara's charge as a nanny. Yes, they did that more than once. They brought in the school children as well. Yeah, I mean, really? These children are perhaps a true antagonist of the story and are irredeemably annoying throughout. Granted, this is more the thought of the writing. This is more the thought in the writing than the acting, but still. The episode is also controversial due to gamers reimagining the Cybermen, which sees them dress up like Iron Man parody. Well, that's not his fault, right? Capable of punching out any and all faults in their design. Not only is one of the biggest departures from the original version, it's not a vision of the show's history, but the suspension of disbelief required to accept the Cybermen can install an app to make them immune to getting shot is a little much. I think it wasn't realized very well, right? Lastly, it'll be remiss not to mention the Doctor's worst line of all time, which comes out in the episode after Clara leaves the TARDIS. Impossible to go mystery wrapped in enigma, squeezed in a skirt that's just a little bit too tight. Oh, that's a good line. Shut up. It's very icky. Oh, is it a bit problematic? It's a bit problematic, isn't it? That he mentioned that she's got a nice butt and she likes to look sexy. Oh, it's very icky to say the least. Why? Why do you find normative male heterosexuality is icky? You're a weirdo, mate. It doesn't even sound like that. The Doctor would say, yeah, it does. You're just a repressed moron, right? A faith included, indeed. You put it in for that. Hellbent, really? That was good as well. I like that. Leave me alone. Hellbent had the was there some sexist thing in here that you didn't like? Oh God, what a twat. Hellbent is the unenviable job of wrapping up a trilogy, coming off the hills of the acclaimed Face of Reason and the undisputed power that Heaven Sent. Not really. Heaven Sent only really works one viewing, in my opinion. Face of Raven, Heaven Sent, but unfortunately, in many eyes, it doesn't really stick the landing. After arriving on Gallifrey for the first time since leaving it in Day of the Doctor, and the last time before children blew it up again. Oh, shut up. Never happened. The Doctor uses Gallifreyan technology to extract Clara from a time stream at the moment of her death, of a naturally satisfying death. Then he shoots off an incarnation of the General who had actually been an ally to the Doctor before, the regeneration being like man flu, right? No wonder this episode had a ton of detractors. Okay. In the end, instead of returning Clara to the moment of death, which would have saved the episode and ultimately gave us an emotional scene, Clara flies off with a shield there. He was giving the BBC what they wanted, a female-led Doctor Who spin-off, which they then pissed away because they're fucking morons, and they made Jodie Who instead. A character who sold out the Doctor to the Time Lords. The Doctor allows this to happen at the expense of his memories of Clara, leaving him alone. Just spent the last 4 billion years grieving for her, and the worst trade deal in the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe. Hellbent is Moff at his moffiest, taking what we had a potential to be his magnum opus and moffing it up. Okay, you're a fucking moron. Shame. God, this guy's a moron. Let's go ahead. Okay, these are all mediocre episodes. None of them
are as irredeemably bad as arachnids in the UK, right? None of them. Well, this started positive. This probably funniest opening in New Who, and it generally enjoyable romp in isolation. Unfortunately, that's where the story makes the beginning of a nosedive in the 11th Doctor era's key story arc, which wastes its potential intriguing setting. Why? We're introduced to the character of Mel's, Amy Aurora's friend, best friend in the whole wide world, who the Doctor, who knows all about the Doctor. However, she hasn't shown up at any point until now, not even at the Pond's wedding. Considering that they are meant to be nigh inseparable, it's a little hard to see the character as anything other than a late insert. Well, I thought that was the point. She had inserted herself into that reality. She could have been introduced earlier in the series for some reason, but she was decided against. Her identity was played as a huge mystery, but sharing a name with a baby born last episode means every single viewer knew exactly who she was before the big twist reveal. Right? The episode doesn't even. Oh God, this is. Oh God, you don't like Moffat. You don't like Moffat. You don't understand him. In the Forest of the Night, yeah, this was a bit cringe, right? There aren't many episodes that list here that purely because they're boring. It's not boring. And Capaldi's interaction with the children is absolutely beautiful, right? This is just pissing me off now. End of time? What don't you like about this, you cunt? Oh, my God. And now we arrive at what will undoubtedly be the most controversial placement on the list. It's true, an episode that is adored by many, but its critique is equal. Well, what's the critique? Yes, also deeply blah, blah, blah. Yes, David Tennant's career, best performance. Yes, Bernard Cribbs, blah, blah, blah. But we're not here to talk about the strengths of the episode. And in fact, that's where the End of Time's high points end. Well, I'm not sure about that. The regeneration episode that betrayed the fabric of the show by kicking Smith and Moffat in the shins before doing a brown trench coat. Melodramatically sauntering in the TARDIS and wishing to stare in the middle distance. Russell Davis wanted to do something different with this regeneration. So, and when it works, it bloody works. But Ten's issues, oh God. Dude, you need to chill out. Right. And this is all just to say Jodie wasn't the worst. Jodie was the worst. Yeah. Sun Conundrum. Piece of shit. Unwatchable shit. Yes. Let's see. Fine. Let's see why you think this was shit. To its credit, it has none. This is the one where Jodie Whittaker gave a speech about how much she loves science and was completely unconvincing. Ooh, science. Oh, so I like science. Oh, look, boys give birth to boys and girls give birth to girls. I mean, how stupid. How anti-science. Tries to do something interesting with the villain of the week, making Pating a little adorable alien who wants to eat the ship, not because he's evil, because he's hungry. A strong concept executed very badly. And not even a strong concept. It's a boring concept. You're going to go on about Forest of the Night. No! This was boring and shit. Right, the supporting cast in this episode, perhaps the weakest in the series. Neither of the B plots remotely entertaining. Firstly, we have the undeveloped side plot with the pilot and the heart condition. Yes, it wasn't very developed at all. And secondly, we have Ryan and Graham performing a midwife. Oh God, for a pregnant man, I hated that. At this point, Ryan projects his insecurities. Oh God, reviving his own father walking out at him. And pressures a man who clearly isn't ready to be a father into keeping a baby he planned to put up for adoption. Ryan is played as a hero of his for some reason. Okay, fucking moron, right? It's not good to give your kids up for adoption. It's better than throwing them in a pond, right? I understand. Sometimes you're just not able to do it, right? I understand that. Not as people get pregnant and they're in the wrong point in their life and they're not able to do it and they don't want an abortion, they give it up for adoption. I understand that, right? That happens. It's never a good thing, right? It's never a good thing. It's something that will scar both the mother and the child. Mother more than the child, quite frankly, which is something they don't talk about, right? Like you look at the emotional effects of abortion. It's something that you're not allowed to talk about. This guy's an arsehole. Another reason this episode ended because it spends its first half of the runtime pointlessly threatening Walter. Well, also, do you remember this is the one where the Doctor gets everybody blown up and they have to be rescued again by a passing ambulance? Then she tries to kidnap the ambulance and have everybody killed there because she's a selfish cunt, right? Essentially, that's how they decided to play it. Not me. The Doctor wakes up at hospital bed after being injured by a sonic mine. How'd you get injured? How did she get injured? And how did everybody else get injured? Because she was a stupid moron, right? Oh my God, she got them all injured, right? They attempt to take control of the situation. Then at that point, under control, the situation is an awkward, embarrassing climb down for the Doctor that makes her look incompetent. She looks incompetent because she is. She's there because they're incompetent. The fam is there because she's incompetent. And if there's no purpose whatsoever, it undermines the character. It never feeds the thug. It just damages 13, takes away authority. Yes, it takes away, and that's what they decided to do, right? Love and monsters, fuck off. I loved it. Listen, if you get a headstone that gives a blowjob, I'm up for that, right? I'm up for that. What you're saying is the worst. Oh, from 55. At least we agreed. Oh, we're number 2. It's got to be Timeless Child's got to be number 1. Over 55, piece of shit. Unwatchable shit. Over 55 is the worst Doctor story of all time, and that's thoroughly deserved. That's good. There's not a single element in the story that holds up any scrutiny, be it ropey script, choppy ending, most god-awful supporting cast ever pulled together. The show, thumb-sucking love interest, Jay from In-Betweeners, whatever hyphen is an old Betty. Even the main cast is unable to elevate this dumpster fire as they try as they might. Right, the episode ends with a twist reveal that the dead planet is in fact Earth. Dun dun dun. The Doctor warns humanity they don't alter their planet pillaging ways. They're all doomed. Right. On its own, this is an issue, but Doctor Who episodes have a political message. But the problem is this message is not woven into the story properly. Yeah, because they're bad at doing it. And the speech the Doctor gives is both extremely surface level and extremely patronising, feeling more like a slap on the wrist than a compelling argument, because it's not. Aliens on London in a jab against the Iraq War gave us early noughties UK government justifying its false flag war with unsubstantiated claims of weapons of mass destruction. They said massive weapon, and that political analogy 10 times more subtle. No, they said it had massive weapons, not weapons of mass destruction, massive weapons of destruction. That was the line they used. Despite featuring giant green, overweight, flatulent aliens, go figure. Number 1, Timeless Children was surprise piece of shit that it is. We're kidding. If any episode could hold a hand candle to the Timeless Children in terms of sheer outrage it caused, perhaps. Well, there's also Fugitive of the Jadoon. That didn't do good. Perhaps in an attempt to respond to comments that Series 11 was flat and uninteresting, Chibnall decided to make his mark and shake up the status quo in Series 12. For most part, it resulted in a stronger series. No. With some decent intrigue to go, no. And that was until the finale rolled around and the Timeless Children dropped and the cannon bomb and sent Doctor Who fans in hysteria by revealing William Hartnell was not the first. It's bullshit, and it's going to be retconned away, mate. Ballsy move, but surely Chibnall must have known that this was going to not go down well. I don't think he did. He thought people would like it, right? I think because he's a schmuck, right? That's essentially his problem. Chibnall, he's at the doctor. The doctor comes in, Mr. Chibnall, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Yes, sir. Sit down, please. This is hard news to hear. We've done the test, Mr. Chibnall, and it's conclusive. You're a schmuck. So, really? I'm a schmuck? Yes, you are. You're a schmuck. Now, what we're going to have to do is get a sock and fill it with human excrement, then slap you in the face with it relentlessly, right? That might cure you, and if it doesn't, will make us all feel a lot better. Perhaps a bit because the fallout from this episode was so bad, it was barely touched on again. Perhaps, yes. save an unresolved babbling about the Doctor and a time in the Vision. And honestly, we were surprised if it ever was touched again. It'll be one of those weird tidbits like the Doctor being half human that everybody chooses to ignore. No, it's actually going to be retconned away, right? The episode made a second ill-judged move too. Often passes under the radar of fan ritual. The redestruction of Gallifrey was this the redestruction of Gallifrey, which it was destroyed twice. It was destroyed, and then they did a death particle in there, right? Destroyed everything again, apparently, which happens early in the series, but now it's never undone. The reveal is completely unnecessary, goes absolutely nowhere, and the Doctor seems to be utterly unfazed by it. Yeah, because they don't think of anything because they're morons, right? All this and the pointless plot does is undermine the arc that of the revived show and nullify the traumatic journey the Doctor went through, including the triumphant resolution and Death of the Doctor. Yeah, and also it was just pandering shit. Look, we told you this was going to happen, right? That we told you this was going to happen. We said, this was part of the every female takeover of a male character. First, you have a female version of it. Then it turns out there was never the male version never had their power legitimately. It was always female, right? The women can never take their power from men. Right, that's one of the rules. So that after you make a female version of the character, then you've got to change their origin so their power didn't come from them. We all told you this was going to happen, right? And we were all proved right. Just as we were all proved right that all this shit crashed and burned and nobody wants to know about it, right? We were proved right about everything, right? We're proved right about everything because the culture war is over, mate. The culture war is over.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.